Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 30th of May, 2015. The moon today is in the early part of Scorpio, where the moon becomes debilitated. And when the moon's debilitated, things can become a little bit difficult on the emotional level. But because the moon is so close to being full, there is a strength also being conveyed with the moon as it is traveling through the nakshatra, or the lunar mansion of Swati. And we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about Swati in a moment. But I wanted to touch first on the imbalance that can sometimes happen where you're feeling strong or determined inside of yourself about something. But that sense of feeling confident inside of yourself doesn't necessarily mean that your actions are firm and secure and stable in the external world. As a matter of fact, you can be acting quite chaotically externally, right? But still feel quite confident or determined inside of yourself. And that's part of the dichotomy that is kind of transpiring over the course of the day today. Let's get a little more in depth on that. And to do so, we need to talk a little more in depth about Swati in general. Some of the things that it's symbolized by, and also the deities connected to it. It'll help to paint a clear picture as to what is actually going on with the energy of the day. Swati is symbolized by coral. Now, if you were to look at coral, it would appear to you to just be a solid rock or, something that's as solid as a stone. But really, there's life going on inside of there. And what it is a marine animal that secretes its own exoskeleton. And there's a process that goes on through the nakshatra of Swati that I like to call self-perpetuation. Breaking beyond one's boundaries, always driving to get past the barriers, so to speak. And there's a very restless energy that is connected with this particular lunar mansion. And interestingly enough, it's connected to the Vedic deity of wind or air, which is Vayu. And the concept is of moving like the wind. As a matter of fact, the energy or Shakti of Swati is to scatter like the wind. So there's a very restless and independent nature that is connected with this particular lunar mansion. Today is Shukla Dwadashi. It's still the 12th day of the bright half of the moon. Just a quick explanation of that. A lunar tithi is really 12 degrees of the moon's movement. So sometimes it'll start at one portion of the day that I'm giving you this forecast for and not finish until the same portion of the day that I'm giving you the same forecast for. I generally tend to gear the chart for the day based upon a specific time so it will be applicable to all people who are watching it, regardless of where you are on the planet. So it's Shukla Dwadashi, the 12th lunar day, and there is still the concept of a desire to give life to something. And that fits in with the energy of Swati in general, because Swati is an Artha Nakshatra. It's directed activity. So there's a directed activity to give life to something. And there's a lot of strength behind that directed activity too. So that's very positive. The solar lunar yoga today is Variyas, which is about doing one's best. That's how you're going to be able to achieve the most with the day's energy, is really just digging down, connecting to your potential, even though you're dealing with a frustrating set of circumstances, which is likely going to be felt because of the moon's debility. You have to dig down deeply inside of yourself and find a little extra determination with which to approach the day's events. And that's what's really going to help you and carry you closer towards success with whatever your goal is, whether it be through making a relationship better or improving your financial circumstances or wherever this is falling in your particular chart, which would be determined by the planets in your birth chart and the houses and signs associated with that. And as obviously I can't know all those factors in your chart, if you wanted to have a little more depth in regards to that, I would need to take a look at your personal birth chart. And I do offer that service, several different manners, from personal consultations to written reports, all available through the link that you may see further down in this YouTube video, unless you've closed down that link already. And then it's down in the description area of the page as well. You can connect to my astrological services page. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. That way you can receive regular updates every time there's a new video released. In the coming days, you can still look for the month ahead video, a little bit behind in getting that out to you, and also the full moon video for the full moon in Sagittarius. That'll be coming in a couple of days as well. But for today, the 30th of May, 2015, if the frustration is going to get to you, at least let it serve a purpose so that it builds your strength and builds your determination towards a specific goal. But always keep awareness as the primary driving force behind all of your actions. In other words, don't let your emotions drive you. Let them be the impulse that, sparks the motion. But by the same token, you want to be balanced with a sense of equipoise, and really being able to see your situation clearly so that you don't make mistakes. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye for now.